Hey friends, my name is Precious and you are welcome to my kitchen. Today I am going to be showing you guys how to make the most delicious beef fried rice. This rice is good for parties, just for enjoying at home, to impress your guests, to take along with you if you're someone like me who likes taking food to people's houses, whether requested or not. But seriously guys, this beef fried rice, it's so good. And you know, one good thing about it is it happens all in one pot. So you don't need two pots for this recipe, and I just love recipes that happen in one pot. I'll show you guys the ingredients we need and then we can start cooking. You need 1 pound or half a kilogram of beef. I am using chuck roast here, but you could really use any beef you like, and just make sure you cut the beef into 1-inch pieces. You need 2 cups of rice. I'm using basmati rice, but you could use any long grain rice you like. You also need 1 large carrot, 10 green beans, 5 cloves of garlic, 1 inch of ginger root, 2 seasoning cubes or Maggi cubes. You can replace these with beef bouillon cubes. You need half a teaspoon of ground white pepper. You also need 1 teaspoon of curry powder, 1 teaspoon of salt. Then you need a 1/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon of oil. Then you need half a large onion or 1 medium onion. I'm going to be using half of this large onion. Okay lovelies, I've already peeled my garlic and my ginger root. I'm just going to cut my ginger into little bits and put into my grinder here. You could just blend this in the small cup of a blender if that works for you, or if you have a mortar you could just pound like me. Okay, my garlic ginger paste is all done. I'm just going to grab a spoon here because I forgot to grab one. I'm going to take a small quantity of this, probably about 1 teaspoon or so, put over my meat. Then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of salt over that meat, a little bit more salt. Then I'm going to put in the white pepper. This is going to make the meat taste so good. And I'm going to go in with my hands and just mix it so that that seasoning can get all over the meat. It's best to use your hand for things like this. Okay, it's time to brown the beef. Okay, I have my pot here and I'm just going to set that on high heat. And then I'll add half a tablespoon of oil. Just make sure that oil coats the pot. I'm just going to move the pot a little bit to make sure the oil coats that pot. And my pot heated up just for a little bit before I added the oil, so it's kind of hot. You want to make sure that that oil heats up. Now to the pot I'm going to add beef. I'm going to add it in a single layer because we are going to brown this beef. That's going to cook for 5 minutes on one side, then I'll flip to the other side and let it cook for about 4 minutes or so. I'm just turning the beef to the other side. You can see it's cut that really nice here. And when the other side browns, I'll take it out and repeat the process with the rest of the meat. So our meat is good to go. You can see that the meat released some of its fat. And I want to note you guys that when you're browning the meat, do it in 2 batches. If you put all the meat in your pot at once, it's not going to brown as perfectly as it needs to, because the one that's not touching the pot is just going to cook. So you want the meat to have a nice sear, because that's going to give the rice a lot of flavor. I'm just taking out now our second batch of meat. Just look at that brown, and someone who shall remain nameless has stolen some of this brown beef. So good. Okay, now I'm going to just make sure that you get every little bit of that beef from as much as you can, at least from the bottom of the pot. Then I'm going to add our remaining oil to the pot. Make sure it's on high. and let that oil heat up for a while. To our heated oil, I'm going to add our onion, chopped onion. Stir. So to our sauteed onion, and this sauteed for just about 2 minutes since our oil was really hot. I'm just going to add the washed rice. Then give it a really good stir. And we are going to fry this rice. You want to make sure that you keep stirring it. You don't move away from the pot. We want to fry this rice until all the liquid is dried up and the oil is actually frying the rice. That will take about 5 minutes depending on the intensity of your heat. So guys, this is like halfway through the frying and you want to make sure you keep stirring. It's a bit of a workout, but I just enjoy the process of watching the rice transform. You know, it dehydrates a little bit more. It's interacting with that oil. It's taking on a nutty, toasty flavor. So once you start to see like little bits of rice are like burning, they're not really burning, they are taking on a light brown color. You know it's time to go. That rice has gathered a lot of flavor. I'm so excited, you guys. So I'm going to add to that my curry powder. And you want to add the curry powder right into the rice and stir just so that that flavor blooms. The hot oil is going to help the flavor of the curry powder to bloom. Then stir it just for a few seconds just to get it all around. Then I'm also going to add my leftover garlic and ginger paste. Then equally stir so that those flavors can bloom. Stir this in for about 1 minute. It smells so good. So now guys, I'm going to add 4 cups or 1 liter of water. Add it in. Then I'm going to reduce that heat to medium. Then I'm going to add the leftover salt. Then I'm also going to add my Maggi seasoning cubes. Put that. Give that a stir. Just make sure it goes around. Excuse me. Okay. So I'm going to add in the beef. I will not add all of this beef just because it's a little too much for me, but I wanted you guys to make 1 pound because it's neat to have the recipe that way. So this is the quantity I'm going to add and I'll leave the rest for snacking. So guys, I'm going to make a foil covering with my pot lid. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just placing my lid on a big piece of foil and I'm just going to bend the foil like so over the lid just to make sure that that lid securely holds the pot. Then I'm going to cover, press on because you want to keep all the steam in this pot. Make sure that my pot is well balanced. Okay. Then I set my heat to low and I'm going to let that cook for a good 15 minutes. Avoid the temptation of opening the pot. Just let the heat do its thing. While that is cooking, I'm going to go over and chop my carrots and green beans. Okay guys, time to check on that rice, and that's what it looks like. It's perfect. So we are not going to fluff it yet. I'm just going to add our sliced carrots and green beans. Spread. On top. Cover. Then I'm going to turn off the heat and let that rest for 5 minutes, then we'll fluff the rice. Okay guys, this is the moment of truth. So just going to show you how that rice turned out. Oh my goodness, look at that. Perfectly done. I'm just going to mix everything so those veggies go all around the rice. So guys, I'm just going to go in and taste because I cannot wait. Mm. Mm. So good, so good. I like how the vegetables are still a little bit crisp, not a little bit, a lot crisp. They still have a lot of integrity to them. That rice is so flavorful. The garlic and ginger, they really come through, and that curry powder gives it a light yellow color, which I really like. And I had some of that beef. It's so flavorful. It's tender, but it has this nice flavor from all that browning we did at the beginning. You guys, this right here is a must make. It's going to be a hit. It's going to be a hit if you make this for your parties, to receive guests, or to enjoy at home. This is a great recipe. So if you liked this beef fried rice recipe, be sure to like my video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, click on the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post a new video. For the full recipe, go to my blog preciouscore.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.